Carlene from Bishop Sanitation, along with my trusty assistant Lou. He and I are in our lab today, taking a break from out pumping tanks and talking to customers to discuss wipes, particularly flushable wipes. They are different than baby wipes, which are never flushable. However, many flushable wipes, as they are marketed, do not belong in septic systems, as well as they don't belong in any sewer. So we are doing a quick little test today to see how well they really dissolve. We have 6 brands commonly found in local grocery stores and like Rite Aid, Kroger, Safeway, to name a few. So we have 6 brands. I have taken one wipe, put them in a jar with just plain water, and they have sat for 24 hours. To help agitate and break them down, I've put in toys. We are constantly pulling toys out of septic tanks. It's kind of fun to see what we find. And so they've been helping me assist in dissolving these. So what I'm going to do now is pour out the water, see how well each one has broken down, and we will go from there. First one is the Kroger brand. This one, marketed flushable. It seems to have fibers, all of it, just, you can feel these have been drying overnight, so they're not wet anymore, just to see how well they tear apart. This one seems to tear apart pretty easily. We're not sure, it doesn't say what the fiber content is in these, but it does have a list of all the wet ingredients, so you can read the labels to, if you can decipher the long words, good luck. First one, Kroger. And then after we pour these out, we're going to let them dry and see how well they really have broken down. So this is the Kroger, and as well easily as it tore in my hands when it was dry, it has stayed whole and not broken down at all. The big problem with septic tanks instead of municipal sewer treatment plants is when it goes into a septic tank, it moves fast as it's flushed, but then they start piling up. There's no turbulence to help break them apart, and that's one of the things that helps break them apart. So a big reason why septic tanks and wipes do not get along. So that was the Kroger. This one is Simplify. Again, it seems like it's going to break down pretty easily. We will see how it does. Water's pretty clear. Pour that one out. And again, it has not broken down. Few holes in it, but for as many times as it's been shaken up, it still is in one piece. So as it goes into a tank, they're just going to start layering. And I have literally hand pulled out wipes because there's so many, we could not pump that system. This one is ever popular Dude wipes. They're bigger, they're marketed to the guys. I know you guys say you never use them. I don't believe it. Again, breaks apart pretty easily by hand once it's dry. We had our little great white protecting this one, helping break it apart. We think that one has a few little fibers coming out of it, but for the most part, again, whole. Now we're going to go to the Great Value, which is the Walmart brand. Again, pretty clear in there. It's broken down some, not bad, better than the first 3. And so again, not bad, not great. Then we have Nice and Clean. That one looks pretty cloudy. This one marks itself as alcohol-free, secure flush technology, breaks down 5 times faster. So far, so good. What about this one? It does seem to break apart fairly easy, but it's pretty tough. Whereas you go back to the Great Value, as it's it starts breaking down, but again, not quite as much once it's wet and in your tank. So here is the nice and clean, and it actually did pretty good. It's just a ball of mush. One thing to keep in mind, the more products you put down a tank, the more bulk and solids you're going to end up with, which means more frequent servicing. And last, we have the cotton nail wipes. These again seem pretty tough once they're dry. It takes a lot to break them apart. It takes a lot of muscle. I really wish I could get some of these toys back to the kids, but they've been in a septic tank. Yes, I have sanitized them before using them. However, they're just not safe to give back to the children that have flushed them down the toilet. So, cottonelle seems to be pretty good, pretty cloudy in there. Got a lot of bulk, but we still have a few big chunks, so we're gonna let these dry today. But there you have it. 6 wipes, all marketed as flushable. Not all of them are. And for a septic, it can be pretty detrimental. Lou, I think it's time to get back on the truck and go to work.